Welcome back to Irina's Real Review channel. I have no idea how it looks like because it's evening and I never done it in the evening. Usually it's Monday, Mumble Rumble Mondays, and I do start in the morning. But today it's late, but it's Monday and I do want to post it, so I hope it looks okay. So basically, the ground to cover is absolutely enormous. Let's start from last Wednesday. Not like that. My girl best friend ever, she got married recently, and her friends, and I was included, which I thank you so much for it. We done the, how she call it, sweetest kidnapping ever. We managed to do a secret party for Dasha. Shout out Dasha. And yeah, everything worked out good. She was shocked, she was pleased, she was, you know, it was awesome. I had the greatest time ever, and in the end I don't know what's happening with my eye. It's watering. I'm sorry. Okay, and in the end my battery died completely, so my friend, she had to call me a cab. So the cab arrived, and there's like, okay, driver. I just sat next to him. You know, in Ukraine it's okay to sit next to driver. But anyway, well, in the middle of the way, he suddenly decides that, I mean, I was shouting because I was inside where it was loud music and everything. So I was like, I'm sorry for that, because he pointed out, like, shut up, because I'm very close. It was a bit rude. I kind of, like, you know, took a notice of it, but I thought, well, okay, you know, you can be grumpy at 1 a.m. I don't blame him. Okay, so I said my sorry, it's fine. And next thing you know, like, when I was saying sorry, so I said, well, you know, we had a kind of like late bachelorette party, hen night, whatever you call it. And he goes, really? It's like all married people are idiots or something. Well, he said it differently, but he, you know, he used slang and he was very disrespectful. And after that comes like, all women are, and then goes a lot of nonsense. I mean, you do have, as a, okay, I'm mumbling, grumbling and everything. You know, he said to me like, you women, and every time he would talk about general topic, basically women in general, females, he would say you, and I'm like, what? I mean, come on, back off, man. But anyway, you are, how you called us? You are needy and hysterical, and he's not hysterical, but you just whiny, and all you need is just a stamp and a passport to get married and this and that. And I'm like, what is it? Is it like, what is it, 19th century? What the hell is this? So anyways, well, during the conversation, like, I tried to, like, did try to say some things, but he wouldn't listen. He was really in his mind, and he goes, what the hell is wrong with you women, that you have to check the phones and look for some evidence and this and that? And I'm thinking, hang on, it just seems like it's very personal, isn't it? But anyway, well, he goes, yeah, well, I do like to, you know, travel around skirts and this and that, but it doesn't give you the right to look for anything. And you know what, you should remember the history, that you were not given, that like 100 years ago you were nothing, just the addition to the man. And what did he say? And you've been given right to vote, like, just recently. Just remember the history. And I'm thinking, oh my god, I mean, seriously. But the thing is, like, I wasn't drinking, but I was in the center of the city, and I did park a bit outside of the center, so I had to get to my car, and I had no choice. I mean, I seriously felt it was like able, because I have no phone charger, anything. There's a car. So, like, if I could, I would just said to him, just stop the car here and just let me out, because I was so pissed. And he would, you know, like, pointing out some stupid things, like, you know, he was trying to convince me in something, and I think, he goes, well, you know, I'm always finding, like, myself with the woman who would say one thing and then turn out to be the other thing. And I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe it's you who's, you know, who's the middle link that links it all together. This is your behavior that attracts these women. And I'm like, well, maybe you should change something. And he goes, yeah, I should change. I should always be alone, but I like to swing around or whatever. And I'm like, I just couldn't wait for it to end. And to be fair, I was like, I was so relieved that I know a lot of guys who are not like that, and I'm so pleased that there is real men out there who doesn't think this way and does not disrespect anyone, anything. And I mean, I know he did explain to me that he goes, yeah, I'm just 3 months like divorced and I'm free, and you know, you are suck, and it's always like you, and I'm thinking, Jesus. I mean, I know a lot of people go through things and people do blame, like, wrongly accusing other people in something, but it's you know, it's just, you should learn something through your experience, not to make someone think that you're crazy. But anyhow, it's painful. So that's the first thing. And then well, that was my week last week, and then there was a lot of work, and there was Sunday experience. I've been riding the bikes recently. Well, you know, I do that for my hobby. He likes it, and mainly I find out that I cannot fly. It was just recent event. I managed to smack my bottom. Well, I flew face down from the heel, and it was sand, and I couldn't turn the wheel, and it was painful, and now I'm in pain. It's painful. I have bruises. I'm lucky I have nothing on my face, because that would be awkward at work. And well, so far so good. And my hair is no longer blue. It's just lovely ashy color that I wanted in the beginning. But what are you gonna do? What else? I'm gonna check out if this video is good or not. If not, I'm gonna retape it, or if it's good, I'm gonna post it. So if I'm gonna post it, I'm wishing you the best week possible, and I'm going to see you next week. Ciao.